episode of our Vampire Huntress series. If you are not part of the Raven family but want to be part of the Raven family, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be part of the Raven family. And as you can see, we have finally made it to our apex werewolf tier for Zara here, and she is looking too pleased with herself, and she's just like hanging out here at the Wild Fangs hangout, and she's just like, I've done it. I am an apex werewolf and I'm at the top tier of that branch, and she is super thrilled. She is a immortal wolf now. She is, as far as her skills go, an alpha wolf as far as like within her branch itself. Now within the pack, she is still only a delta wolf within the Wild Fangs itself, but she is currently working on trying to build up her pack status, and so she is having to go through those different steps in order to keep her pack status, and so she's having to participate within the group and do those steps in order to keep her, good status within the pack based on Rory's rules. But I am just going to go ahead and send her home here so that she can let her family know that she has been promoted up to Delta, because that is new for her. So she did get promoted up to Delta, and also she got a bit of a buff here because she just leveled up to an apex and got her immortal status, and while she was out kind of sparring with them and doing some tug of war and things like that. So this is all new news, and so she's going to come in and she's just going to let them know, like, hey, I realize I've been gone for a little bit of time. She was out all night long and hanging out with the werewolves, and she's going to just tell, Lorelei here, like, I really missed you guys. What have you been up to? But I have some seriously great news, because I've been making great strides with the werewolves and I am getting so much closer to taking things over here. I am at a level 10 fitness, and look at them. They're so precious. I'm at a level 10 fitness. I am now an apex werewolf. I've got the alpha status. I've got the immortal status. I'm going to live with you for forever. And with Marisol for forever. We are now all immortal. She's like, I am well on my way, and so she's super thrilled, and Lorelei's like, honey, I knew that you could do it. I knew as soon as you put your mind to this was something that you could do. I didn't pick a weak wolf. Zara's like, well, thank you so much. Like, that really means so much to me that you have so much confidence in me, and you're just so charming, and she's like, well, I'm not trying to be charming. I'm just trying to be honest with you, love. And you know what? I can really tell that you're working out, and, it's really showing in how your clothes are fitting on you and everything. Like, you're starting to look really buff. And she's like, well, thank you. So these two are just carrying on. But as you can see here, like I said, she is a Delta wolf now. And Marisol has come home from work. She's just getting herself a little bit of macaroni and cheese. And Lorelei's like, honey, you have got to go and get yourself a shower, baby. You are seriously rank. And she's like, okay, gosh, I just wanted to have a little bit of food before I had to go and like take care of some things. I was starving. But that's fine. I'll go and take care of my hygiene. As you can see, it has been a whirlwind of progress for our Zara. This trifecta here is doing so well. The three of them are in a very loving relationship. Hello there, Zara. I thought some more about what you said and concluded that me and Julia Wright won't get along. Okay, that's perfectly fine. She is just going to get herself a little bit of a nap. Like I said, she was out all night long, really working hard, and it looks like Lorelei wants to like fitness, which we will allow. So she's just going to get herself a nap while the other two just go ahead about their business and tend to their needs and whatever it is that they want to do. You will find that, they kind of piddle around and do whatever it is that they need to do for themselves and pretty much take care of one another and the house. And, we find that Lorelei spends a lot of her time on the computer researching and browsing the web and that sort of thing, whereas Marisol tends to spend a lot of her time just relaxing and making tea and cooking and things like that. So she is kind of more of the domestic homemaker, while Lorelei is more of the researcher and things of that nature in this relationship. And we have Zara, who is constantly out there training and fighting and, being a werewolf. And right now her main goal is obviously to just get strong enough to become alpha. And so her eye is on that prize, and she is getting seriously, seriously close to that. We know that obviously once they become the trifecta, the actual true trifecta, and they are all three at their greatest power and their greatest strength, then they will have a little bit more time to kind of relax and just be a couple. But until that time, oh no, it looks like Zara is about to turn into and transform into a werewolf. Let's go ahead and get her down here. Maybe she can, work out some of that anger and some of that fury, and she won't go ahead and transform. I don't know exactly what she's so angry about, but she is feeling really, really angry. So we're just going to let her come down here and get in a good workout. Maybe it will help calm her down, maybe not. I'm also going to get Marisol to come on down, I think, and do a little bit of experimenting on her cauldron here. And maybe if Zara gets out of control, we can lock her in this room here. I know that sounds awful, but sometimes when Zara is at her worst, especially now that she is a very strong werewolf, she can really, really give the girls a fright. And so Marisol has taken to locking her up in the basement when she kind of transforms and goes out on a rampage. So we will get her down here. We'll get her, doing a little bit of experimenting. That way, if, Zara kind of loses control, she's down here close enough to where she could possibly lock her up in that basement there. I know that seems really awful and really cold, but again, if she goes on a rampage right now in the middle of the house, she's just going to destroy it anyway. So it is safer for everyone involved that we go ahead and we lock her up in that little cellar room while she is in the middle of a rampage. So we may have to do that. We'll just have to keep an eye on the situation and see if that's something that has to take place. But for now, she is just going ahead and getting a little bit of a workout in, and we will see if that will calm her down a little bit. And Marisol is just getting in a little bit of experimenting. We know that she also needs to practice her magic. It doesn't look like that has calmed her down. If anything, I think it is making her worse. Let's try a somber howl and see if we can get her to calm down that way. It doesn't look like anything is working. Oh no, she is transforming. And instantly Marisol is frightened. Oh God. Yeah, so she is scaring the girls to death. Even Lorelei is like, oh God. Okay, let's see if we can go ahead and lock her up in this cellar room here. So Marisol is going to go ahead and see if she can lock her in. That way they are, protected a little bit from her wrath and her fury. Oh no, she was too fast. Okay, this is not ideal. This is not ideal at all. And it does look like we got a notification that we were not exploring enough within the pack. So now we are on pack probation, and now she's even more enraged. So now she is destroying the house. This is not good news, guys. This is not good news at all. So we've got a Wild Fangs notice that we have been put on pack probation because we weren't exploring the underground tunnels enough. And she, in the middle of a rampage, has found out this information, and she is absolutely livid. She is out of control, enraged in the middle of this rampage. She's gotten this horrid news, and she is not happy. So she is going to travel. She's ended up here in Oasis Springs, and now she's just marking all of the territory that she can find. She doesn't even care. She's just like, whatever, I'm pissed. And now she has ended up back here in Moonwood Mill. She's looking through all these little tunnel areas, and she's like, fine, if they want me exploring, then I'm going to go and I'm going to explore. And that is exactly what she's doing. So she is going on a little bit of a stroll. She has finally calmed down a little bit after her rampage. She has transformed, as you can see, back into her human self. She's looking around to see if she can find these tunnels that they're talking about. She's found it to the peak here. And she's like, okay, well, that's not where I need to be. And so she's just looking around trying to figure out where are these tunnels that they're talking about that I need to be exploring. Like, I'm pretty sure I stumbled across them once, but I can't seem to recall where they're at. Like, I know those tunnels that are there next to the library, but I don't know how to access them. Are there some kind of like senses that I need to be using to find these things? Like, where are they? And so she can't find them, so she's headed herself back home. And then she spies these porta potties here over by the house. And so she's going to go ahead and she's going to go over and we're going to inspect those and see what that brings us to. And so she's going to head over here because she's like, this looks, you know, interesting. Like, why are these all tied up? And like, that looks weird. So she's going to peek in and it says, one of the portal potty stalls has a graffiti arrow pointing down into a dark underground passageway. As she descends, she finds herself deep below Moonwood Mill in what appears a series of tunnels. Where do they lead? Okay, so she's gone exploring. She's found herself in these tunnels. And as she crawls under a particularly low stretch, she notices that the tunnel splits into 3 paths up ahead. From one path, a faint but magical sounding melody. Down another, a lingering scent of garlic. And down a third, a welcoming fresh air breeze. We're going to go towards the garlic. And she's like, okay, garlic is, you know... At the end of one of the tunnels is an old metal door that's been peeled open. The solid metal bends outward like a banana peel, as if something strong and determined forced its way out and ran off into the tunnel Zara just came from. Past the broken door is a single room coated in metal paneling. Judging by the gouges lining the walls, someone really didn't want to be here. Okay, so the scent of garlic leads down a twisting tunnel. Eventually we run into a large metal box of some sort, but it's too dark to figure out what it might have as far as the purpose, or if there's a way to get inside. Okay, well, Zara, what are we going to do next? Somewhere ahead, the repetitive creak of metal echoes toward Zara, followed by a swish slosh of water. As it repeats, she begins to speculate that it might be a water pump. Then she stumbles into a room filled with frogs. It's a proper frog city. They aren't just the common kind either. She seems to come to a dead end before noticing a small ledge off the side. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but she manages to clamber up and finds a set of 3 different tunnels. One that heads left seems littered with debris and gives off a rusty scent, and the one smells like garlic, and one to the right has a pleasant odor of fresh air. We're going to go and navigate the debris. We are leaving the underground. It was a dead end. Oh, it must be an exit. We have some light ahead, and we ended up back where we were. So let's go ahead and try this again. This time we are going to continue on. But instead of going towards the garlic, this time we're going to follow the magical melody. Unexplainably, we feel a twinge of fear. We look around the dark tunnel but can't see anything that may have caused the sensation, but it feels like someone's watching us. What a creepy feeling. The enchanting music fades as we come to a large room. Carved, we see glowing crystals. They give off enough light to make out a story. Our artwork depicting the magical conflict between 2 sides, some favoring plasma and others with ones who drew power from the moon. Vampires versus werewolves. We encounter a tiny chasm and hop across it. On the other side, the tunnel splits into 3. A faint melody. Okay, so this time we're going to find the fresh air. And we are once again leaving the underground. So we're going to continue on. And this time we found ourselves out here on the other side next to these tunnels here. We are now over by the hangout spot, so we're going to go ahead and mark our territory here. And it says we can now use the underground tunnels to travel directly between the sparring grounds, portal potties, and the sewer grate. So that's absolutely perfect. We've done what we needed to do to get back in the good graces, but we're going to go over here and practice fighting with Rory here because it is the neighborhood brawl, and hey, why not, right? It gives us a little bit of practice with fighting her, but not only that, it also, you know, helps us with our neighborhood brawl stuff, and, you know, we like it. But she is also going to just spend a little bit of time with her pack here. Obviously, that helps with our pack participation. We just now got back in the good graces off of Wildfang's notice, which is a total pain in the ass when we get on that. She really, really hates when we get our Wildfang's notice and we get put on pack probation. It really puts her in a bad mood. And so the fact that we are finally off of that, she's like, thank God, because honestly, you know, nothing pisses her off more than getting that notice and having to go and jump through all the hoops that Rory gives her to get back in her good graces. So she is just dealing with the group here, and she's like, okay, I'm finally back to doing this, but I really am feeling a bit hungry. So let's go ahead and send her out for a hunt and let her get herself a little bit of food here because she is feeling a little bit famished. So now that she is getting herself some food in her and wolfing down that raw meat, she does need a little bit of a nap. So let's go ahead and just let her have a wolf nap. You will find she is spending more and more time out here in the elements, not really spending... Lorelei's discovered fire. There's a fire on our lot. Holy shit, are you kidding me? Like, I can't be away from the house for 5 freaking minutes without you guys trying to burn the house down. What in the hell did you do now? Okay, what have you done? Alright, everyone is freaking tense. Everyone's freaking out. Like... what's going on? Exactly what is going on? Okay, Lorelei is on fire. Put yourself out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, extinguish yourself. Extinguish yourself. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god. Wouldn't this just be the way? Trying to make a trifecta. She's almost to the point where she's going to become a trifecta, and you die. Why do you die? Because you're a vampire and you're burning yourself alive. Like, the one thing that can kill you is fire, and you've decided to catch yourself on fire. Like, what the hell is this? Put yourself out! Oh my god. Oh my god. All because of laundry. Laundry. All because you wanted to do bloody laundry. Okay. Fire's out. She's looking rough. And she's like, you know what I need? I need some blood. Because I almost died. I'm extremely tense. I'm thirsty. I'm freaking out. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to compel this person for a drink. So that's exactly what she's going to do. And as we know, Lorelei is a guilty drinker. She does not necessarily like to drink from humans. She gets really, really guilty when she does that. But she did just almost die. So she is going against her morals right now. And she is going to drink from this person and compel him for a deep drink because she, well, almost died. Literally almost died. And she's like, oh, your blood tastes really yummy. Like, what are you? You are different. I don't know what you are, but you are a different kind of creature. And your blood is really yummy. So he really topped her up nicely. Like, she's glowing, for the love of Pete. Like, glowing. And so she's feeling really good. And, I mean, she's a little dirty. She could use a nice shower. But other than that, like, she's doing good. Zara is still taking herself a bit of a nap here. She is almost done with her nap. When she is finished with her nap, we will get her to head on home so that she can check on her family and make sure everything is okay. Because, you know, she is unaware of the fact that she literally almost lost the love of her life, or one of them. And, yeah, that was interesting. Kind of intense. And she is none the wiser because she's been out gallivanting with her werewolf friends. So we will just guilty drink her. See, she is feeling guilty from drinking. So yeah, but also, like, she kind of had no choice in the matter. She really needed to drink because she literally almost died. So, I mean, give yourself a little bit of a break here, Lorelei. Honestly, just give yourself a break. Oh, and on top of everything else, you're on your cycle and you're dripping blood. Isn't that just the way it goes? So let's go and send her and let her get the things that she needs for that. And we will just continue on. It looks like Zara has finally decided to grace us with her presence. Woo, thankfully. And we will just get Marisol to come out and check the mail here. Zara is going to go ahead and get herself just cleaned up here a little bit. And Marisol is feeling really, really angry. She is, you know, kind of a little bit irritable. She's a hot-headed sim. And we know that when she gets hot-headed, she kind of just takes it out on anyone and everyone and anything and everything because, well, she's a hot-headed sim and that's what hot-headed sims do. She's just slamming shit. She don't even care. That's fine. That's fine. You just be like that. I do think that you know, all of us stuff needs to be replaced and cleaned up upstairs where the fire happened, but all in due time, they will get that taken care of. I do want them to have the conversation about the fact that we are getting seriously close to her going ahead and challenging Rory. We are really close to that taking place. I think that if anything were to happen and anything were to set off Zara, I think she would definitely go ahead and challenge Rory. You know, she is at a place now where she is really strong. She's working her way up the ladder. I think, you know, her plan really is to work her way up the ladder, and then when she feels comfortable, she's gonna go ahead and go against Rory and kind of want to challenge her. But we know Zara to be a hot-headed sim as well. So I kind of look at it like her plan in action is to rise the ranks and, when safe, to challenge Rory. But because she's a hot-headed sim, I look at it also as if anything were to happen to set her off, then she's going to, in the heat of the moment, probably be like, you know what? Screw this. Screw her and her pack. I'm going to take this and I'm going to challenge her. I'm going to make this pack my own because I don't like the way she runs things. And so I'm just kind of waiting for that kind of other shoe to fall, kind of, so to speak. And for her to just get fed up and be like, you know what? No, I'm done with this nonsense. This is ridiculous and I'm not going to do this. So she is just telling Marisol, like, hey, I've made a lot of progress. I wasn't, like, you were at work when I told Lorelei everything that was going on, and, you know, I'm really, really getting close to becoming alpha of the pack. And she's like, really, I knew that you could do it. I'm so proud of you. You know, I just want you to know that you've come such a long way, and I knew that you had it in you. And she's like, Marisol, that means so much coming from you. You have no idea. I love you so much for standing by me in all of the differences and all the changes that I've made over the time that we've been together, you know, from me wanting to cure this to me deciding to embrace it. You've stood by me no matter what, and I love you so much. And she's like, well, baby, I love you too. So they are, as you can see, in such a good place, and this threesome of this couple is in the best place they could be in because they know that they are just about to the finish line. And I think that all it really is going to take is one little button to be pushed, and then Zara is literally going to be just like, that's it, and I'm done with this nonsense. The problem is we just don't know what that is that's going to happen. It's probably, truth be known, the way that Zara is, it's probably going to be another Wild Fangs notice, you know, because she's constantly getting into trouble with the pack and getting on probation. Since being in the Wild Fangs, she's probably been on probation like 4 times. So that's probably what it will be. And so I presume the next time she gets put on probation, they will probably, you know, she will probably just be like fed up. And just be like, forget this nonsense and your probation, and, you know, I'm done with everything. And I'm done with you. I'm done with your drama. I'm done with your nonsense. And I'm done with you being the alpha. And I'm going to run this pack my way. And we're going to run it the way that I think it should be ran. So for now, she is just sitting in here on the computer, and she is going to be doing a little bit of research because she wants to kind of look into how other packs in other regions kind of run their packs. And she's wanting just to learn as much history as she can about other packs in other regions, because she wants to be the best alpha that she can be. And so she is just kind of taking some notes down about that and making some plans based on what she could do as a better alpha ruler, you know, because she wants to do things better than Rory. And obviously it's already going to be a little bit different anyway because she has a witch and a vampire that will be ruling with her. So things are already going to be very, very different than the way that Rory runs things. But she wants, obviously, to know, like, is there anyone else out there that kind of has a setup kind of like she does? And if there is, how do they run things? So she's doing a lot of research right now, just kind of looking into that whole situation and what that could look like for her and her pack. And she is just going to go on in here and speak with Lorelei for a little bit, and she's just going to tell her, I've done a lot. Oh, first she's going to give her some love. But then she's going to tell her, I've done a lot of research. I have, been really looking into what it looks like to run things as a trifecta. And she's like, okay. And she's like, and I think I'm really going to need a little bit of your help because I know you're like the research queen. But I want you to continue to help me look up some information about that and what that looks like, because obviously I'm going to need your help in that. And she's like, well, honey, of course, like, we're a trifecta. That's what I'm going to do, is totally be there to, like, help you. Like, we're going to run it together. She's like, thank you so much for all of your support. I really, really appreciate that. It means so much to me. You and Marisol are more than I could have ever dreamed of ever having, and you're never going to know how much the both of you mean to me. And she's like, oh, we know, because you mean just as much to us. And she's like, oh, you girls. So these three are honestly in such a good place, and I love to see that. Like, they make me super happy. But we are just looking around here, and they have, really, really just lucked out on this place that they are about to acquire. And, we are very angry. Why are we very angry, do you ask? Well, you see, what had happened was we just got some notification that we have a Wild Fang notice, because we just got put back on pack probation again. And Zara is freaking pissed. They're saying we are not participating and giving to the pack. And she has had enough. She is fed up. She's like, this is ridiculous. I literally just got off pack probation, and now Rory's put me back on pack probation again because I'm not giving things to the pack enough. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm so over this. She's like, I'm taking the mac and cheese. I'm taking the raw meat. I'm going over there. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going to give her anything. I'm taking the challenge now. And they're like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I'm done with this nonsense. I'm done. Like, this shit's, I'm over it. So we're going over here, and she is going to go ahead, and she is going to challenge Rory to Alpha with an epic tug of war right now. So here we go. And guys, we've done it. Radical. Zara has been promoted to the rank of Beta in the Wild Fangs. So we got promoted to Beta from Delta. But also, it says, we completed our aspiration and we rose the ranks to prove to the world that the Wild Fangs are here to stay. What adventure will we conquer next? But we are leader, pumpkin eater, and we are now the Wild Fangs Alpha and official pack leader because we beat Rory as the challenge of Alpha. So we are now the Wild Fangs Alpha, and we have completed our aspiration. So guys, we have done this. We have completed the Alpha. We have now become that trifecta that we needed to become. We are immortal. We are an Alpha in the ranks. We are an Alpha in the pack. We have taken Alpha from Rory. As you can see, I can now order her to do things. I can now order others to do things. I can have Zara go ahead and mentor others and discipline them. We are fully in Alpha for this pack. She is now getting into a little bit of a spar with Lou here, just having a little bit of good, werewolf fun, which we love. And she's like, this is my pack. I did it. I have done it. I am now the Alpha of the Wild Fangs. And so she is going to, after she, shows this little pup what's up, which she has totally just done, by the way, she's going to head herself on home, and she's going to let her girls know that she is the Alpha of this region, and they are now an official trifecta. So guys, this is the end of our Vampire Huntress. Our trifecta is complete. They now own this region. We have done it. They are the strong, immortal three, and they run the area. They now will continue to live on happily ever after, the three of them running this region as the immortal witch, vampire, and werewolf of the area, and continue to, love one another and take care of one another and take care of the region. Obviously, the whole point here is that the werewolves and the vampires and the witches are all going to be able to commingle together, and this trifecta will make it to where there is no war amongst them all anymore, because they're all going to be able to live in harmony, because these three live in harmony and love together. So that is their plan here for this trifecta, and if they can love each other and live together with one another, then they want the other species to be able to do the same. So guys, I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I did enjoy this story with the Vampire Huntress with you guys. And I will see you guys in the next adventure we take on the channel. And I hope that you enjoyed it as well. But until then, and until the next story, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.